We're addicted to our own limitations. We're only feeding in the lower vibration. Watering the static of distorted frequency, oscillating currents of erratic energy. Watering the static of distorted frequency, oscillating currents of erratic energy. Watering the static of distorted this material tendency. Following this knowledge is a path through infinity. We're addicted to our own limitations. We're only feeding in the lower vibration. Watering the static of distorted frequency, oscillating currents of erratic energy. Rise a little higher to correct this cosmology. Escape the boundary of temporality. Liberate yourself from this material tendency. Following this knowledge is a path through infinity.
All right, y'all. What's up? That DEW weapons were used in the Maui fires. And that second of all, that it was a blue laser, I guess, that they used, because blue lasers do not burn blue items, right? And then there's this video going around.
There was something blue they didn't want to burn.
Blue car did not burn in flames. Same as the blue umbrella.
Right? That, let's see, what else? Is that it? Is it just the blue umbrellas? It was something about blue roofs, too. Everybody sharing the blue roof pictures on Facebook. Oh, really? YouTube wants to be poopy on me now? How's the stream quality? Is it garbage? Um, just let me know if you guys are. Is this watchable? Okay. Because I see YouTube's giving me errors. Starts out as excellent connection, and then it says error. YouTube is not receiving enough video. You know, if you start off and everything's excellent, probably it's right before the event. You guys, this is what happens every year to me right before the event. We are 2 months away from the event, and this is like the crunch time. So yeah, I'm sure I'm being throttled. Oprah also wasn't where the fires were. That's my thing. Like, Oprah's house was not in Lahaina proper. Now it's saying no data. Hmm. I don't even have that much stuff running. Better go paint your roof blue. They're coming for you. Now, I just first before we get going on the stream, if YouTube even keeps the stream going, I'm streaming on Rockfin. Sam Clint says the stream on Rockfin is good. I'm also on Rumble, and Facebook. If YouTube is going to be poopy. Okay. I'm ignoring the errors. Gotcha. Okay. So, blue roof pictures or whatever. Let's see on Facebook here. This picture too that everybody's been sharing that they're saying is a picture of the directed energy weapon is actually a picture from SpaceX, May 22nd, 2018. And so this is actually a long exposure picture of a launch, of a rocket launch, which is why the smoke is blurry, the clouds are blurry, the water's a little fuzzy, okay? And I just want to say, I don't know. I'm sure there's definitely some shenanigans surrounding the Maui fires and Lahaina and everything that's going on. But I think this whole narrative is a distraction and a ruse and just another way for people who question the narrative, to make people who question the narrative look silly. Just really, it does, because this is so easily debunkable. Right? So let's see. So there's talk about the blue car and the blue umbrellas, right? Is that it? Painting everything blue roof. See, people drawing these conclusions from these videos. Oh, look at him. And then his reaction. See, this is another reason. This is how TikTok has become so popular. Check this out. Because every TikTok video has someone's reaction and their face. And whenever you, as a human, see another human making these faces, it makes you very curious. What is that? What's he looking at? Why is he making that face? Right? Like if you're out in public and you see a reaction like that, aren't you curious what they're reacting to? And it's just like creating, getting your numbers up with the YouTube algorithms, why all the reaction videos have reaction faces in the thumbnail. Like, let's go to YouTube. Let's go. Or I'm sorry, I'm not searching YouTube in YouTube. That's dumb. Reaction video. Look at the thumbnails. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is that? Oh, look at these faces. Okay, so whenever you see stuff like that, look at this guy, reaction face. You know, they do this because it makes you curious. Oh my God, what is that? It makes you click on their video. It's clickbait. It's how to create clickbait. Okay. And so now you not only do you with TikTok, do you not only have the it's not just the thumbnail, it's like the whole facial reaction. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh yes, it's very suggestive. And you know, not that it's not important to look at these things, but you guys really need to pay attention to how information is being presented to you, right? Like, look at this face. He's putting another reaction face on there, like, oh my God, there's a car that's blue and it didn't burn, and there's some umbrellas and they didn't burn and it's blue. Okay, so where's the blue roof pictures? Are there any blue roof pictures? Oh, yeah, yeah, see? How big of a conspiracy theorist are you? Hear me out, right? So now this is what's going on. But I don't get it. So why did the blue roof become all trendy? Hmm? Anyone else thinking they need a blue roof? Okay. Pictures of houses with blue roofs. Oops. Man, lost my search. God, Facebook sucks. So pictures of houses with blue roofs. It's okay. It's a slideshow. Here's a slideshow. Okay, house with a blue roof. Possibly the same house with a blue roof. Another house with a blue roof. Okay. Okay, there's a house with a blue metal roof. This house looks like it could be where I live. That's like a North Carolina house. These houses, a log cabin now. So now there's a slideshow with a bunch of houses with blue roofs, and everybody's like, yes, oh, the blue roof, it'll save you, right? Anyway, check this out. So I'm like, man, weren't there a bunch of drone videos of put out of Hawaii like 2 days after the fire, right? So there's 2 days after the fire, this Maui realty company, because a lot of realty places, they take drone footage of their houses to sell them, right? So they have drones that they probably on hand that they use to video their properties that they're selling. So this particular company made this video. It's 18 minutes long. It's highly detailed 4K drone footage of Lahaina 2 days after the fire. See? 4K GoPro footage, 4K aerial drone footage shot August 10th, 2 days after the fire in Lahaina. They submit it to the public for public record for the greater good, it said. Right? Let's make sure we show that. Yeah, street by street, 4K GoPro footage was also taken and will be released shortly after this video. So maybe they have it. So we'll take a look. Yeah, Creative Commons for the greater good. Okay. So they're documenting the aftermath of Lahaina. So let's see. Let's count the blue roofs in the actual area that was in the fire. I don't really care if Oprah's house has a blue roof because her property wasn't on fire. Lahaina was on fire. Remember, she has like 1,000 acres, you guys. She's far removed. So anyway, let's take a look. They just have this like, this Hawaiian song that they play in the background there. Oh, there's the umbrellas. Okay, so hold on. Let's go back. Okay, so here we are going up the coast. You get stuff still burning. 2 days later, there's little piles of smoke all over the place. Okay, so here's the blue umbrellas up here. Right here. Blue umbrellas. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, that's kind of crazy that the blue umbrellas didn't burn and all this stuff is melted, but they're also right here on the street. And if wind is blowing down this way, blowing down the street, I mean, it's possible. I mean, they're right next to those 4 trees that are still standing. Um, I mean, that's kind of crazy, but I mean, and you're not even looking directly at those umbrellas. What if they're like all melted together? You know, they could just be scorched, but they didn't burn completely. These tables and chairs are still here too. This little patch is still green. So I don't know, that little corner made it, I think, that blue car is right here too. This is that blue car right here on the end of the street. See, I don't know if that's the blue car, but there it is on the end of the street. This is not a blue roof. That's not a blue roof. That's a blue house. The white roof. I mean, I'm just saying, I was watching this video. I don't recall seeing really any blue roofs that were sitting amongst like ashes of other. See, there's a bunch of houses right here that didn't get burned and their roofs are not blue. Here's a blue building. I mean, look, I'm all about asking questions, but when I see trendy stuff, like you guys are joking and it just looks to me like a distraction. Like nobody's asking any real questions. Everybody's joking about having a blue roof so you don't get zapped by lasers from the sky. It's like, do you guys really care about truth, or do you just want to joke about not being killed by the elites with lasers from the sky? I agree. Definitely a land grab going on. Here's what's really shitty about all of it, because more so than any like blue roof or stupid shit like that, why isn't anybody asking, okay, look at like to me, it looks like a ritual where they just basically sacrificed a bunch of children because school was let out that day, right? So a bunch of them were home. The fire started and no alarms were going off. They didn't do any alarms or warnings for the fires. They blocked certain roads that were the only roads in and out, you know. It's okay to dismiss without disagreement. What does that mean? Listen, I don't know what that means, but whatever. So they had these roads blocked and they're saying, you know, they're basically lying. You know, it's funny because all the people who were there when it happened said that the roads were blocked and they were being directed back towards the fire. And then when that guy, what's his name, who was the captain for Las Vegas, comes on, he's like, nobody was directed back towards danger. But that's what everybody keeps saying. So there's two different stories coming from the there's a red car, a gray car, a white car. Exactly. Here's a green roof. Maybe we should be looking at green roofs. Maybe we should paint everything green. I see green roofs. Well, what about this one? This one's not green or blue. I heard another rumor that people were seen walking around spraying shit all around houses like they were bug exterminators. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. I haven't heard that. Where'd you hear that at? MFT? Maybe you can post a link. See, these houses right here, they don't have a blue roof or a green roof. I mean, so I'm gonna play this whole 18 minutes of 4K right after the fire video taken by Hawaii Real Estate so we can see. Says for public record, Creative Commons. Yeah. What was their excuse for sending children home that day? Oh, because it was it was super windy. It was hurricane force winds, Bill Wheel, and they had power lines being put down. Power lines were falling down. So that could have also contributed to starting the fire. Wind knocking down power lines in an area that's dry, that can start a fire. You know what I mean? So the wind's knocking down the power lines, and they didn't sound the alarms. And you know, everybody's wondering why the alarms weren't sounded. They've been and also, of course, the aftermath of the disaster that we're hearing about is also even worse, because they're talking about how Red Cross and FEMA take control over everything that's donated, and they palletize it, they wrap it, and then they don't distribute it properly, and nobody who needs the supplies gets the supplies that they need. Oh, look at this house right here. Is that a blue roof? I just want to know, I know I saw one meme where they were showing like this house, but the roof was blue. But in this video, it's not blue. So did somebody Photoshop a blue roof onto this house and start spreading it around? Possibly. But I don't understand why everybody's talking about blue roofs. There's no houses with blue roofs left standing in the area that got burned. So it's a total distraction. Yes, the same pig police chief also managed Las Vegas massacre. Exactly. And get this. Oh, I got other videos to share about that too. We're going to go into some other stuff that has nothing to do with the stupid blue roof trending bullshit. The mountain terrain above the area pushed air to stoke the fire. Yeah. Do you think they will release another big story soon to distract people from Lahaina? Yeah, they're already building it up. It's called fucking bullshit new variant. Ba 6 or whatever. Yeah, man. They always got stuff on deck. Here's the thing though, you have to recognize the bullshit. I don't know. I think I'd be going for a green roof based on this. Green or red, not blue. But, of course, that has nothing to do with it. Nothing. It doesn't matter what color your roof is. Clearly. I agree, MFT. 100%. And by doing it's like, you know, everything they do is serves multiple purposes. They sacrificed hundreds of children. Like that part to me, it's so sad. The sadness is all I see from that. But not only that, but these are most likely children who are from generational families who own these properties and some of this land and have been there for many generations. So it's like, think about it. They scam money off of Red Cross and whatever and FEMA, okay? Because people donate. Whenever something like this happens, everybody wants to help, so they donate. So they scam everybody out of money, they sacrifice children and they put themselves in a position where they can appropriate generational properties, right? It's beyond fucked up. Oh, but let's go paint our roofs blue. I mean, it's almost like the extreme opposite of wearing a mask. It's like, tell me you believe all the bullshit you come across without telling me you believe all the bullshit you come across. Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, look back in history, how many times were the natives burned out, or was anybody burned out? Burned down the village, burned down the town. How many times has that happened over history? This is not a new concept. And there's a million ways to start a fire. And everybody saying, like 100%, like it's directed energy or anything like that. You're just setting yourself up to be debunked and ignored by anybody who is going to be looking at this with any sort of objective, critical eye. Yeah, white roof would be the best. You see, 2 days later, they got this truck going around trying to put out little burning embers of fires. Look at all these homes. How devastating. I was watching one, there's a bunch of people who are over here doing like, they're with video cameras and stuff, and they're basically documenting what's going on. And there was one guy who, it was him and his wife, and they're basically like captains of a boat, and they do tours, snorkeling tours, whale watching tours. And they were talking about how they used to have a big pineapple agriculture area back there, like these fields back here. Supposedly they used to do a lot more agriculture back here, but they stopped. A few years ago, they stopped doing agriculture because they were saying that it was polluting stuff, whatever they were using to keep the plants up and everything. They were saying that it was harming the environment. So everybody said, okay, we're going to stop growing all the pineapples all back here. And so all this farmland back here became very dry, like a tinderbox, according to what these guys said. And so it was actually set up, the conditions became ripe for there to be a fire back here. A hurricane comes along, knocks down a power line. Listen, I'm not saying that this was 100% natural, and I'm not saying there's no shenanigans. I'm just saying, you got to look at it. They long term, these plans are set ahead in advance by a lot, right? Do you think that they know that former farmland that isn't used anymore and is no longer irrigated is going to dry out and become like this? Yeah, they know that. Yeah. I also don't think that, man, I stand by my statement that lasers can't be seen during the daytime too. Like if they were to come by, let's say they did come by with a military do or whatever, and they were zapping stuff, and all these pictures that people say that they see, They're not, that's not what that is. Like, you would not see it. What's the building code? The coroners, the police. Yeah. Yes, no despair bear. Yeah, there's another video I'm gonna play that has to do with that. But they never let a disaster go to waste, right? Never let a disaster go to waste. How long was that guy in Hawaii before this went down? How long has he been there? Does anybody know? It's possible MGM or Caesars will make an offer to provide jobs in Hawaii? Hmm. +2 years, not long. No water, no exits, no powers. Pigs took the children away from school and no internet. Yeah. That's the real horror here. I feel like, dude, hundreds of children are missing. There's still so many. They're talking about that the schools in that area school like 3,000 children and only 800 of them have either registered in another school district or have been doing at home or online schooling. So to me, I'm gonna go wondering, where's the children? They're not answering these questions, and they're being like, and reporters who are pushing for those answers are being violently silenced. May God bestow upon Lahaina and its inhabitants the resilience, valor, and spiritual discernment to restore their community, honoring and forever remembering those who perished, while ensuring those who acted grossly negligent are held to account. Yeah, man.
Coming to you from the highest point I could find over Lahaina town here in Maui, Hawaii. It is with a very heavy heart that I bring this video to you to show you what has recently happened. I believe it's because of some down power lines that happened over here, is my understanding, and then obviously the high winds from a hurricane that passed 500 miles to our south created a wildfire here that unfortunately took off into this residential area known as Lahaina Luna. Right here to the left, I'm looking at the high school known as Lahaina Luna, Go Lunas, oldest high school west of the Mississippi, unscathed. And then the homes above the highway here did not receive any damage, but then once you get below the bypass, obviously you can see where the wildfire spread. I believe it went down towards Hokiokio, which is a street in front of Pu'unoa, in front of Pu'amana. I don't know Pu'amana, the status of Pu'amana, other than what I'm showing you in this video. And I'm showing you all of Front Street, Shark Pit neighborhood, and that is Lahaina Shores condominium, which is standing next to it is the 505. I don't see
Wow.
the 505 because I can only assume it's burned down. And obviously the neighborhoods off Prison Street, Waine'i,
Oof.
and Front Street I've heard is basically gone. The banyan tree is burned. The Outlet malls that burn. There's the smokestack. These apartments are still burning. They're brand new apartments next to Tamura's, up by the grocery.
Jeez.
Beyond that, you've got other homes, outlet malls. Opukea, the long-term condo residential, right there, long-term condos, I believe they burned. Ho'onanea, just in the foreground there, I heard has not burned. Front Street Apartments, which I believe are just in the distance there towards the ocean, I've heard those have burned to the ground. And Kahoma Village, I think I see Kahoma Village. Again, I'm not positive, but I think they're still standing. I think Kahoma Village is right in this area here. Beyond that, obviously we have Baby Beach. I think Pu'unoa Estates, which is an oceanfront condo, is still standing. I can see it right there.
Why is it? I want to know why it's so sacrilege for someone to question whether or not dues were used. You guys don't know this. You guys don't know that. And I'm not saying they were or they weren't, but the stuff that people use as evidence is not valid. I'll just say that. It's not valid. So if those things were used, we need better evidence, because I don't see it at this point in time. Microwaves are invisible and can be directed from a distance. Yeah. Who says it has to be a visible light laser? Y'all know they can fire lasers out. That's what I'm saying, one man show. That's why I don't believe the pictures, because I don't believe that you can see a laser in the daytime, a weapon like that. Especially because I've used lasers, high-powered lasers, in the daytime and the nighttime. And even at nighttime, if the air is very, very clear, like when it's super cold, like when we were in Lake Balaton and the lake was freezing over, even at nighttime, we couldn't see the laser in the air. We could see the source of the laser and we could see anything the laser was hitting, but we could not see the laser beam itself. Who did I yell at, Molly? Are your feelings hurt? Are you gonna fucking cry about it? Are you gonna cry about it? Okay. So where was that other picture? Oh, I know what I wanted, this other video. So let's take a look at that.
You won't believe it.
Let's see. Maybe I can just... yeah, this guy. This video I was watching too. It's funny.
Let's go.
It's not being reported right now in the news, but on a neighboring island of Lanai, they found 183 bodies washed ashore there. There's 800 as of today reported missing. There are many hundreds that are being refrigerated right now, trying to get ID. They're asking people on the island to provide their DNA so they can match DNA to others. Outside the media, they're expecting this to reach almost 2,000 people in death toll. This is right up there among the worst, if not the worst, since us becoming a nation as fires go. 85 Paradise, and that was considered the worst?
That was Pastor Jack Hibbs revealing shocking information that we don't hear on mainstream media regarding the terrible situation.
Yep. So here.
Agency, the team that's supposed to be digging through the ashes and delivering aid, has turned the tragedy into a junket. FEMA booked themselves into 5-star luxury Hawaiian resorts. They're shacking up at the Maui Four Seasons, beachfront, of course. Rooms there are $1,000 a night. It's not just the Four Seasons. FEMA agents are also posting up at the Fairmont Kea Lani in Maui, where rooms range there from $1,300 to $4,500 a night. FEMA agents are also crashing at the Grand Wailea Astoria, 5 stars of course. Are these the hotels Biden's FEMA officials should be staying in, gallivanting around in and drinking in, as search and rescue
Of course, they're still not
operations are
talking about
underway
the
with
children, are
500
they?
Kids still missing. Now, FEMA has confirmed that they're staying at these hotels. Biden's giving Maui fire victims $700, while his FEMA officials sleep at luxury resorts that cost more than that per night. FEMA officials could stay at the Days Inn, where you could get an oceanfront view for $250 a night. We confirmed it. Rooms are still available there. Now, when did FEMA develop this taste for the finer things in life? Because FEMA's administrator, Deanne Criswell, is complaining that they don't have enough money.
We're watching our disaster relief fund very closely. Our estimates do still stay that we may have a depletion of our fund now. I mean, this is a day-by-day monitoring of the situation. We will start to move some of our recovery projects and delay them until the next fiscal year.
Whoa, FEMA has a $25 billion budget.
Please make it make sense.
Right? Make it make sense. I'm going to skip this guy talking because I just want the
Grand
things to
Wailea
speak
in
for
Maui?
themselves.
Nobody in Hawaii that's went through this tragedy should be worried
edit,
about
though.
where they're staying. The President of the United States should have a gold card. He should be able to walk into a hotel, and plop it down on the counter, and go, how many rooms do you have tonight? Oh, and we need more rooms. Then you go over to the concierge and you go, hey, in case you don't know me, I'm the President of the United States. And do me a favor, call around town and let's get everybody that needs a hotel room. And then you take these poor people who need help and you put them in a hotel room. If we can do it for people that break into our country, we can do it for people that are in need. This shouldn't be hard to do, and this should happen it should be instant. It should be the same day. Nobody should worry about that they have nowhere to go. Not in America. This is disgusting.
If you think that's the big news for today, well, I have information that, like I said, you won't believe. We've talked all week about Maui Police Chief John Pelletier.
Yeah, this.
He's the guy who was in charge of the 2017 Las Vegas shooting that,
Here we go.
to this day, still remains a mystery. Pelletier is the same dude who, on a previous video, we found out received a pay raise only 50 days after he started the job. $205,000 per year, which was a 29% raise. That was even more than he asked for. Okay, so we know who we're talking about, right? Now get this. The Maui police chief with the dark trail of controversy and bad luck around him is also the Maui coroner.
I got to tell you, I met with them. I'm also the coroner, for those that don't know that.
How convenient. Oh, but it gets worse. HB 869 was a bill that passed on January 23rd of this year, just 1 month after Josh Green took office. But what does HB 869 say? What does it do? Well, the very first section, Section 1, states, the legislature finds that coroners should be separate from law enforcement and free to make independent judgments when investigating deaths. Wow, just wow. It also says, under current state law, the chief of police for a county serves as the coroner if the county does not have a medical examiner. Making coroners independent from law enforcement will promote transparency, avoid conflicts of interest, and encourage more confidence in coroners' rulings. Remember, Maui Police Chief John Pelletier told reporters that the fire had melted metal, making the remains extremely difficult to identify.
When we find these, our family and our friends, the remains we're finding is through a fire that melted metal. We have to do rapid DNA to identify them.
With Pelletier both being in charge of the police department and in power of the investigations of the deaths, there certainly seems to be a sinister conflict of interest here. He knows exactly how many children are missing. After all, we're talking about families living in a small 5.7 square mile area. He can certainly figure out how many children were living in each home. Matt Wallace tweeted, "What are the chances that the same guy would be chief of police in two completely different states for both the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, Vegas shooting, and also the deadliest wildfire, Maui fires, in over 100 years in the U.S., with nearly 500 FEMA personnel on the ground in Maui, along with 270 Red Cross workers, 400 Hawaiian National Guard members, and close to 200 U.S. Army reservists. There is no way that they are still not aware of the numbers. No way." Will Kane provided his explanation as to the missing children reports, or lack thereof.
Lead to me. And this is what I've been told. The number's going to be way higher. All of those guys said that reluctantly to me. They didn't want to put numbers on it. They saw many, many bodies. Now, I want you to know that as well when I tell you this. There were a lot of children that were sent home from school that day. We need to find out what happened to all those kids. I will say, in all of my days over there this past week, having talked to a lot of people, you don't hear people saying, "I still can't find this person," or "I still can't find that person." There's not a great outcry of a missing child or a missing cousin. That does exist, but I'm just telling you, if the numbers are in the 500 to 1,000, I would have thought I would have heard that more. So that does leave me with one last potentiality, which is entire families are gone. Entire groups of people who could not escape, and no one left to say, "Where is my cousin? Where is my uncle? Where is my child?"
Generational.
I do think, and I am concerned, it's going to be a story that gets worse before it ever looks better. It's tragic.
Independent reporter Nick Sorter posted a very disturbing video along with his tweet that said, "Maui police headlock me for asking the mayor about missing children. Mayor Bisson knows the answer, but he's hiding it. The mainstream media have been refusing to press the mayor on this, so residents and I started pressing him hard for the past several days. He's been demonizing and attempting to discredit me ever since. Regardless, we've been able to really blow the lid off this story. This is a cover-up. Children were burned alive. I've even heard horrific first-hand accounts from locals that found baby bones in car seats and bones of a young boy laying on top of his dog to protect it from the inferno. The four schools in Lahaina served over 3,000 students. Only 400 have enrolled in other schools. Another 200 are doing virtual learning. Where are the children, Mr. Mayor?
So we're not going to ask that question. How many of these 10 cadavers are the Maui department? Okay, the press show is over. Yeah. Right, so he's not going to answer my question. Press conference. Thank you. Yeah, take pictures of me. There's no need for hacking. You're with Maui Police, right? Yeah, he's done with the press conference. I appreciate your patience. Yeah. Get out of my way. Who are you? With the Maui Police Department. Okay, and what's my crime? You're literally pushing me. The press conference is over. I don't f***ing care if the press conference is over. Get out of the way.
This guy's voice is kind of annoying, but good for him for being tenacious.
This are 110 cadavers, but we can't identify. We can't identify how many of them are children. This is get out of my fucking dude. Get off my throat. Relax, sir. Relax. No, I'm not gonna get. Relax. No, I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm not gonna relax, dude. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm trying to ask a question and we can't get the answer for it.
So they're being very secretive about the numbers and the missing children.
You know who are children. They're cadavers. You have the bodies. You know how many of them are children. How many children are dead? Step back, please. How many children are dead, Mayor? So you're just not going to tell.
Nick followed that up with another tweet saying the morgues on Maui are full. The Hawaii government is still lying about the death count. I'm not backing down until the people of Maui have answers.
Yeah, Sarah, absolutely. I know at this point that the government has not been truthful about the death toll. They're not talking about the death toll of the children either, which is one of the scariest parts of this entire thing. That is what the people here in Maui want to know. Now, when it comes to the morgues, there's one morgue here, one permanent morgue, and it's at the hospital here in Maui, the main hospital. They set up a temporary morgue at the police station. So there are not too many places that these bodies could be placed. I do know that the Morgues Hospital is full and it holds several hundred people. Okay. So I can't confirm that they died in the fire yet, but for whatever reason, the morgue is full and they had to set up a temporary one over at the police station as well. So they've now frozen this confirmed dead number at 114. It has not risen here in the past 2 days. I can't tell you why, though.
Taking a look now, Maui water officials warn Lahaina and Kula residents not to drink running water because it may be contaminated even after boiling. They also warn to only take short showers in well-ventilated rooms to avoid possible chemical vapor exposure. And then there's the Maui fuel spill saga. The Air
I didn't know that, but yeah, supposedly the military spilled 700 gallons of diesel fuel on sacred ground in Maui. This is before all that. But this is funny right here. This part right here is great because this guy is like the founder of the Weather
Not
Channel.
happening in any meaningful way are sometimes painted in the media as fringe characters, as kooks. So this might shock you. A man who co-founded the Weather Channel thinks climate change is a hoax. His name is John Coleman.
They are blaming the fires on climate
viewers,
change.
I resent you calling me a denier. That is a word meant to put me down. I'm a skeptic about climate change, and I want to make it darn clear, Mr. Kenny's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I am addicted to the Weather Channel. I watch a lot of cable news.
Now, hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific, but the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder,
I know
though, is
we're
when
not,
you
because
see
you wouldn't allow it to happen on CNN. But I'm happy that I got on the
we've
air
been
and got a
talking here for
chance to
several
talk
minutes.
to your viewers. Hello, everybody.
What
There
I
is
do-
no global warming.
So we're going to wrap up today's video right there. I have
Hello,
so much more.
everybody. There is no global warming. I love it, dude. Say it again.
But I'm happy
Well,
that I
we-
got on the
we've
air
been
and got a
talking here for
chance to
several
talk
minutes.
to your viewers. Hello, everybody.
What
There
I
is
do-
no global warming.
So we're going to wrap up.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. There was something else. Oh yeah. Hilarious. This dude, Biden is a total tool. Not that any of you are surprised about that, but holy smokes. Like when I watched this, I was like, wow.
Oh, One Love, you ought to see all the videos of the people of Maui and Lahaina sitting here greeting Joe Biden as his barricade rolls through their location. This is why I'm saying Hawaii just turned deep red. They saw this administration already allocate money to Ukraine while being forgotten about. And you know, classic Joe Biden always makes things about himself. As the people of Lahaina sat there and lost everything, Joe Biden starts talking about what he almost lost. His house, his wife, his kids, his 67 vet, as he laughs and says that. The people of Maui don't give a shit about what the fuck you almost lost. Joe does this every time. Do y'all remember what he said to one of the Gold Star wives from our soldiers coming back from Afghanistan after that debacle? I know what you're going through. My son also came home in a flag-draped coffin, which is a fucking lie. But it wasn't that for me, One Love. It was that he was falling asleep yesterday during the memorial there in Hawaii.
Yeah, where was it?
And heading back to the beach, President Biden decided to leave his second August vacation. 70% of August has been spent on vacation for Biden, flying from an $18 million Lake Tahoe estate, which he swears he's paying fair market value for, to survey the devastation in Hawaii and do what presidents always do: hug, cry,
This is gonna be good.
listen,
You'll like
and
this.
say it's going to be okay. But President Biden, who should have been well rested, couldn't even pull it off. Things got off to a bad start the minute he hit the ground.
Wow, he's finally here.
Wow, yeah, awesome. Yeah, thanks for nothing. For nothing.
You. That's how they greeted Biden in Hawaii.
Hawaii is not Trump country,
Hilarious.
but this has nothing to do with politics. These are people who expected presidential attention and compassion, and instead received a man looking lost, mouth agape.
You want to grab the water, Teresa?
President Joe Biden no longer has the spirit and the energy
Look at
required
him.
to perform even
Looks like a walking
ceremonial
dead man.
duties. The people of Hawaii saw this, and the whole country sees it now. In the middle of a meeting with survivors, Joe Biden looked terrifyingly unwell. We're concerned for his health and well-being. No American president, no American man should serve in this capacity.
Which one did they
He's projecting
send?
such a lackluster vibe. Biden told people who lost their loved ones and all of their earthly possessions that one time he almost lost his cat.
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat.
And my cat!
This did not go over well in the community.
Crusty
Hearing
old
you
bastard.
talk about your house that, had a little fire. You almost lost your cat and your Corvette. There are children that were incinerated to ash. The only way you think you can establish commonality with them is to lie. How dare you get up there and speak this way? Your job is to go there and assuage them in a way that you talk to them about their loss. That you can't imagine what it's like. That you can't imagine what it's like never to find the bodies of the poor children that were sent home from schools that died alone. Alone.
Not only is
That's so
Joe's
sad. That dude
kitchen
ain't
fire
wrong.
story disgustingly
People should be
inappropriate.
outraged about the
It's
whole
also made up.
situation surrounding the children.
years
Nobody's
ago, Joe Biden
really
had a
talking
small
about
fire
it.
in
Even
his
really
kitchen.
truthers aren't talking about it.
Then
Everybody's
Fire
joking
Chief
about
George Malbon
hashtag
told the
blue
Associated
roof.
Press this: the fire was under control in 20 minutes. The Cranston Heights Fire Company, which put out the fire, even released a statement saying this: for the fire service, this could be considered an insignificant fire, as it did not lead to multiple alarms and did not need a widespread incident response throughout the county. This is like telling Katrina victims, I know how you feel. My bathtub overflowed once. It almost soaked our Persian rug. And did Joe Biden just admit his classified documents almost caught on fire?
That's right, because he used to keep him
kept
by
them
his
next to the
Corvette. That's too funny.
But this is what an insecure, narcissistic...
See, and it's funny that like Fox News is allowed to even talk like this. Like the way the news talks, and I'm not like I'm saying like they're all truth tellers. Obviously not. I mean, this they're telling the truth about. I mean, this is obviously Biden is a total turd, and it's funny, but they're just allowed to make fun of him. They're just all these media places. It's just they're sowing more and more discontent. They're just allowed to do it. They put this clown in office, and everybody's allowed to make fun of him. It's like it's totally. Like, there's multiple things going on here. There's a land, there's a breakdown of this country as a superpower going on right now, if you ask me. A deliberate one. I lost a pet worm. Yeah. Way more than what they said. The children may be somewhere else, allegedly. Is that one of the Q stories? Or do you think they stole the children? I don't see how that could have been. But I think it's more like a sacrifice. Honestly, it seems like a sacrifice to me. Because they're, because of, Maui, it's a sacred place, right? A lot of the natives live there. It's owned by old families, or was, has been owned by old families there, generational land and stuff. And it's no secret that America just kind of took over Hawaii. They were basically occupied. They didn't have the capacity to fight back. Adrenochrome is a product from children that were really scared. How scared are these children? Yeah. How hard would it have been to put? I don't know. I mean, I feel like they would have had to go. Think about the logistics of this, though. That's really conspiratorial. They would have had to go like house to house with like some co-op team and be like, "We're gonna save you," and like go save all these children. I don't know. Was there a bus that went around and said, "Hey, the fire's coming, come get in the bus, children"? And these children all just willingly got into the bus with some stranger? I don't know. Listen. Let's discuss everything, but I feel like we need to also scrutinize it rather than just push, crazy conspiratorial ideas. You need to look at it from all angles. You need to scrutinize it yourself, or somebody else is going to scrutinize it for you and prove you wrong. But if you self-scrutinize and you try to debunk yourself and you can't, well, then you have something. That's how we all became flat earthers. Yeah, they were in school at the time and released early because of the high winds. I thought they canceled school that day. I heard it was canceled. This is a result of what? Let's see. Central South Maui schools to serve as temporary sites for Lahaina students. 4 public schools in Central and South Maui will serve as temporary sites for displaced Lahaina students after 1 school was destroyed by the August 8th fire and 3 were damaged by high winds. La 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 la. That's talking about the after. Was school canceled in Lahaina before fire? Missing children conspiracy erupts in wake of concerning reports. Well, I don't think it's a conspiracy. There's missing children. Lahaina, the historic town of West Maui, the second largest island in Hawaii, was hit by a wildfire. Explaining why the kids of Lahaina were at home on a school day, the Hawaii State Department of Education said on August 8th, Lahaina's largest school, Lahaina High School, was closed early because of a power outage caused by strong winds from the incoming Category 4 Hurricane Dora. So even if the kids went to school, they were sent back home early. Okay, so they were sent back home early while their parents were still at work. Not only that, but that was the high school, though. This says high school. So these are older children. Not only that, but other local intermediate and elementary schools were supposed to reopen after the summer break the following day. This was another reason why more kids were at their residences instead of schools. As soon as the news of the missing children went viral on social media, netizens, what is that? Internet people have been spinning conspiracy theories, with many thinking that the schools were deliberately shut. Schools in Lahaina could not resume on August 8 due to power failures. In the aftermath of the Lahaina fire, over 2,000 people were initially reported missing. While the number has come down to 850 as of Monday, the fortunate news is most of the missing people The unfortunate news is most of the missing people are suspected to be children, as revealed by Governor Josh Green during a CBS News talk show over the weekend. The kids are unaccounted for, as many of them were at their homes. This was because Lahaina's main school, Lahaina High School, closed early on August 8th, which was the first day back for the students due to electricity outages, and were sent back home early. Others stayed home because the elementary school and middle schools were supposed to resume classes the following day. Okay, so elementary and middle schools didn't even open that day, and the high school was sent back early. So the younger ones didn't even go to school. Personal accounts from parents whose children are missing have started to pour in on social media, making netizens believe that there's some conspiracy behind so many lost kids and schools being canceled or well, it is suspicious. So, meanwhile, on August 21st, almost a fortnight after the devastating fires in Lahaina, classes have resumed. However, 1 in 4 children are still missing from nearly every grade and almost every school. For some, their schools were completely burned down, which is why almost 3,357 students will have to be relocated to different schools in other lesser affected parts of the island of Maui. So far, only 400 of them have re-enrolled to other schools, while 200 opted for distance learning. However, it still remains unknown how many students have relocated and enrolled elsewhere or are no longer alive. 114 confirmed victims have been identified, with hundreds still missing and thousands displaced. So, yeah, they still haven't released any numbers. 11/11. Oh, I missed it. The start is to find accurate on-the-ground information. How do you know any of this is real? How many of you saw this with your own eyes or even personally know anyone living there? Well, I'm just going by, what do you mean? Do you think the whole fire is fake? Thomas Groan? You think the whole thing is a hoax, like there was no Maui fire? That hurricane was fucking 500 miles away, for fuck's sake. Well, it curved around the ball and it reached up to Hawaii. Reading the real news is no help here? Why? Listen, that's all I got. I'm just trying to, what, you got a better source of information? Lahaina survivors search for victims where fires left. Remain closed. Going there to wake him up. I couldn't even believe that school had already started there. Like, our school started at August 16th. So their school year started earlier. I don't know why their school year starts so early. Think it's like over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit to burn up a body and most of the bones, yet even then bone fragments are still left unburnt. Yes. I've heard that in cremation it's hard to do all the way down to dust. There's always bone fragments left. Hey, Wojnik. So, there's that.
ears. United States Marines on Saturday. News, everybody needs to see this immediately. Military arrest FEMA Deputy Administrator Eric Hooks. It is no longer a conspiracy, people. Open your eyes and ears. United States Marines on Saturday arrested Deputy Administrator of FEMA, Eric Hooks, on charges of treason, alleging in a 34-page indictment that Hooks and his boss, Deanne Criswell, associated with BlackRock, by the way, ordered agents in Maui to deny fire victims food and water to inhibit civilian relief efforts to stop by any means necessary. That's not even the worst of it. Hold on. And there's all proof behind this as well. So besides a whole bunch of memos that had their specific signatures on it, they also had a whole bunch of primary investor signatures on it as well. So I'm curious if they're going to release that list. But if they don't, right here, the text encourages FEMA supervisors in Maui to either incinerate or discreetly bury the dead. Over 3,000 people being confirmed, people. If you try...
This guy's full of shit. Because I'm seeing a bunch of stuff. Well, of course, the first thing that comes up is Snopes. I fucking hate Snopes. I never click on Snopes. Ever, ever, ever. Labeled satire. So it was a satire article. So it was probably fucking like The Bee or something. The article said military arrest FEMA Deputy Administrator Eric Hooks for any displaced persons from exiting ravaged Lahaina. Yeah. At least one other website published this article word for word, meaning social media posts. See, you guys gotta watch this shit. Like, it's just, like, we know they do dumb shit, but they're not gonna, the criminals are not gonna arrest themselves. Fuck. Like, how many times do you guys have to see fake bullshit like this or it come up and then it turns out to not be true? I mean, I'm not saying you guys believe it, but people in general, right? Like this person is sharing it, this TikTok, you know, with his reaction face. I mean, what's this?
This is live right across the street from my house.
Multiple new videos show that downed power lines may have sparked the whole tragedy.
Freaking power line just went down.
Shane True walked out of his Lahaina home at dawn last week, just as a wooden pole snapped, igniting the brush in a flash.
Like somebody lit a fuse for a firework, and it just followed a straight line.
With a garden hose in hand, True says construction companies brought their water tankers to assist.
We thought it was all contained, and then from there just went ahead about our day, thinking that it was all done.
The soon-to-be inferno was far from over. This security video shows the flash of a downed power line inland from Lahaina. At least 3 class action lawsuits have been filed against Hawaiian Electric, alleging that if they'd de-electrified the system, it would have saved lives.
Yeah, that was another complaint, that the power company didn't turn the power off to the downed power lines. California wildfires. Okay. And I'm not even sure that this is in Maui. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I think I found that one before. Anyway, it's a tragedy. It is a tragedy, but man, are we looking at the right stuff? Are we asking the right questions? Sometimes we're not. They canceled school here on Monday for the tropical storm Hillary. It was a beautiful sunny day, though. Right? They sent, you know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy? Even, check this out. So they were making a big deal about tropical storm Hillary, right? Look at this. Multiple people washed away by floodwaters in Las Vegas canals. This was after. It was not Hillary. They didn't even know the storm was coming. This storm just came up out of the blue. Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas police and other agencies responded to several calls of people washed away by floodwaters, which stemmed from sporadic rainfall in the valley. Emergency crews responded to the area of Sahara Avenue and Lamb Boulevard regarding a male being washed away. Police attempted to rescue the man, but were unsuccessful. Metro told Fox 5 they received calls from several residents who said there may be 2 additional people also washed away near Nellis and Sahara. Yeah, so this is a surprise storm that happened the other day in Las Vegas when they were making a big stink about supposedly that hurricane, and it comes through, nothing happened.
Monsoon storm that popped up last night, and she hit hard. Several people, in fact, were washed away in those flood channels and are still missing this morning.
Yeah, this is a look near Flamingo and Koval, just off the strip, where police say a group of people were washed away in a canal. Firefighters were able to save 1 person, but they say 1 woman is still missing. Rescuers are still searching for her this morning. And police say a man was swept away by floodwaters near Sahara and Lamb. Emergency crews tried to save him, but they say they were unsuccessful. Air units are currently looking for multiple missing people. Police say they were told 2 more people may have washed away near Nellis and Sahara.
That's crazy, right? So the hurricane shows up and nothing happens, and then later this happens unsuspectingly. It's like they know how to mess with the weather, but they screw up. Like it's not an exact science because Mother Nature still can overturn you if she so decides, so desires, right? I feel like. Flood drains likely, streets weren't bad. Woman runs from a fire, leaving a baby behind. Yeah. I know I wouldn't. That one comment about about the boy on his dog. How freaking sad is that, you guys? I mean, it's just so incredibly sad what happened. Does anybody want to call in? 888, what's my number? 848-222-2480. You don't have to. But if anybody has anything to add, anything to bring up, are we not looking at something? What are we missing? Feng Shui tip, blue roof in Feng Shui. Blue roof is not favored in Feng Shui. Never have colors for roofing that symbolize water element in Feng Shui. Other water colors are black, gray, aqua, and their matching colors. Blue roof represents water over the ceiling of the entire house. Water represents difficulty. If your home's roof is already in blue or other water element colors, the exterior wall should be painted white. Okay. So blue roof is not good Feng Shui. See, look at this Photoshop picture. That looks fake, you guys. And I never did find this article. There's never an article. That's like just some meme somebody made. Anyway, let's see. I'm gonna try it again. Oprah Winfrey's home spared from Maui fires, what we know. Since a number of large wildfires spread across the Hawaiian island of Maui, leaving death and destruction in their wake, questions have been raised about how Oprah Winfrey's getaway ranch on the island has been spared from the infernos. The example how stupid is more dangerous than evil. Evil people, hard to text on small screen. Almost soaked our Persian rug. Yeah. Democrat blue. The famed presenter has owned a property on the island since 2003. It was spotted last week bringing supplies to a shelter for victims for fires, but conspiracy theories have circulated online. Blah, 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 blah. Of course. So this is Oprah's house. This house is under construction. This old picture? That's a house under construction. This is in 2004. Owned property on the island since 2003. Okay, so she bought property and then built a house there. Intentional attack by shadow government. It's so funny how like conspiracy theory people have like it's seeped its way into mainstream media, how they even address it now in articles. Like they never used to do that, and now they do. It's just funny to me. Jeff Bezos' house wasn't touched. Oh, now she owns 2,000 acres on Maui. So here's where everybody lived. Oprah's land. So there was a fire up here. This is where the Lahaina fire is. There was a fire over here. I mean, not for nothing, but rich people don't typically live right in the middle of the general public anyways. They always live on bigger properties, separated from everybody else. Is that it? I don't see a blue roof. Oprah Winfrey's Hawaiian home. That looks like a 3D rendering. Here's her house. Finished. Okay, so Oprah Winfrey does not have a blue roof. See, it doesn't matter what color your stupid roof is. Oh, Oprah's a piece of shit. Don't get it twisted. She's a piece of shit. Don't get it twisted. So, also, let's take a look at these other supposed, let's look at this. Everything that's blue survived the Maui Dua attack, including... Okay, this is Stu Peters, you guys. Stu Peter, executive producer of Died Suddenly and Watch the Water. This guy's a fucking moron. I'm sorry, not sorry. But he's pushing this stupid blue bullshit narrative. Besides the video showing obviously planted evidences... It's not obviously, this is Maui. This is that same website that I was looking at video. I'm not saying it's planted, but to say, I mean, come on, because there's shirts. This is that same realtor guy that I was watching videos from. Let's see. So the shirts inside the house were directly hit by the lasers. Were directly hit by the lasers, and they survived, you guys. We know for a fact that the DEW weapon shined down directly on these blue shirts, and they survived the DEW attack. 100%. We saw it. We know.
A shirt that says Sister Revolution. Hard to believe, huh? The whole building goes down. The whole street goes down, and then these shirts survive.
Listen,
somehow.
don't you guys watch don't you guys watch Miltology? That's a pocket of survival.
A lot of them, actually.
That is a pocket of survival, my friends. Right there. Don't you know?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna auction these shirts off. The last surviving apparel.
Why would you do that?
From Maui.
Yucky.
These
It's
are gonna
fire
go
damage.
auction
Crap.
for the families.
I don't know if that's obviously planned evidence, because that's the channel that I was watching. Let's see if I can pull that channel back up. I don't think that it's planted. That probably really happened. But you know, freaky shit like that happens in fires. It's this channel, Hawaii Real Estate. Day after Lahaina fire.
The corner of the police station. Over here to the right.
See if I can find that.
What's the name of the Chinese fast food place?
Panda Express.
Panda Express.
No.
There we have Walgreens. We can see lights that are on in the Walgreens. That's a great.
They are still fighting fires tonight on the Hawaiian island of Maui.
This as officials confirm 12 more fatalities today, bringing the death toll to 67.
I don't really watch those channels. I was just joking. I don't ever waste my time watching any melted bullshit. I've already been there, done that, and I don't waste my time doing that anymore. No offense. I haven't been watching anything. I just know that's the thing that they
Here's
say.
a quick update. It is officially. Oh.
I just want to see if I can... This must be the video, right, where he's walking around.
Yeah. This is so sad. The boy's still holding it down.
Maybe it's not in that video. Anyway. Maui police blocked escape route. Oh, look at this.
Oh, no way! Dude, do you know how many people are asking about you, bro? Do you know? Look, it just showed up. Bro, are you okay, man? Are you okay? Yeah. Holy bro, I can't believe you just walked up on me. Bro, are you okay? I knew you would be okay, by the way. By the way, if you guys don't know who this is Fish. He's been sitting next to Cheeseburger in Paradise, selling the most awesome stuff, right, for years. He's like a legend, and everyone loves Fish, and Fish loves everybody. But he's one of the wisest people that I know. Can you tell your story, man? You got time? Are you feeling all right? Or I know it's middle of the day and it's hot.
Yeah. Well, I went to Safeway late because the wind was blowing, so I wouldn't be able to leave that night. And electricity was off. It took me about an hour and a half to just get some orange juice. And so it was about 4 o'clock, and I went out and I saw the fire, and you couldn't even see the gateway because it was covered with smoke. And everyone's standing around just looking. And I said, I think we should get out of here because of the speed of this wind. It could be here in 2 minutes. So I went around back to Front Street, and all the cars were lined up, but none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the Chart House. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. Well, it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack.
Wow.
And I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here.
Dude, this is the real crime. Why is fucking Stu Peters talking about blue fucking shirts? Does he talk about this stuff? Because I feel like this is way more important than the pile of blue fucking shirts.
And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
And so I just kept walking. Well, maybe he knows something I don't, you know. So, and I keep walking down the highway, and I look behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to Waikuli Beach, still no cars coming out. And I started hearing boom, boom, boom. And then I heard people screaming and stuff.
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
Like
Fuck.
Where that restaurant is?
Where the Chart House.
And remember, when the video we watched earlier of the Maui police who didn't want to answer the questions about all the missing children. Oops, shit.
Oh, no way!
Everyone's standing around just looking. And I went out and I saw the fire, and you couldn't even see the gateway because it was covered with smoke. And everyone's standing around just looking. And I said, I think we should get out of here because of the speed of this wind. It could be here in 2 minutes. So I went around back to Front Street, and all the cars were lined up, but none of them were moving. And I walked all the way from Safeway to the Chart House. Not one car had moved. And I was wondering what was stopping the traffic. Well, it was a policeman. And I got to the end and I looked up north. There were no obstructions. There was no reason to keep those cars there.
Are you serious?
I'm serious as a heart attack.
That's fucking crazy.
I said, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm under orders to keep them here. And I said, the fire is right around Safeway. It's going to hit Front Street. You know, these people got to get out of here. And he said, I'm following orders.
No way.
And so I just kept walking. Well, maybe he knows something I don't, you know. So, and I keep walking down the highway, and I look behind, no cars are coming out. I walked all the way to Waikuli Beach, still no cars coming out. And I started hearing boom, boom, boom. And then I heard people screaming and stuff.
You're saying they were blockaded in by the police at the end of Front Street?
Yeah.
Like where that restaurant is?
Where the chart house
Where the
was.
chart house was, I should
Right.
say. There was a blockade there, and they could not go any further.
Right.
Wow.
Safeway to there, not one car had moved.
That's a fucking
And
tragedy
people
right
walking
there,
in front
man.
of me, the people in the cars are saying, "Would you like a ride?" And they're going, "Oh, okay." And they'd get in. They asked me, "No, you better get out of here." You know, but they just, well, we were told to evacuate by car. Okay, so I just kept walking, and I got all the way to, like I said, the Civic Center, and then I started hearing all the explosions, and there was no one walking behind me or on bicycles or anything. And I just...
And what's up with the explosions, man? What up with people saying there's explosions? Like,
dude,
that's
unbelievable.
crazy.
I had no idea, you know, until the next day when I walked down there to what had happened. I just, oh my.
So did you go up north to your place?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just hunkered down for the night?
Yeah.
And then you came down to Front Street, or the fire? Because I know the fire burned right above your place. Did it get close to you?
It got to the Civic Center, right where the tennis courts are at, all around through there, and that's where they stopped it.
Wow. Wow. So if people here want to help you, do you have, I know you're not, are you online? Do you have a Venmo? Do you have any kind of online account of any kind whatsoever? Nothing. So guys, if you want to help Fish directly, Lahaina Fire Fund, and then put Fish in the comments section, and every donation that comes in will go directly to Fish. So there's a way you can make a comment, just put the word Fish, and we'll make sure he gets every penny, since he doesn't have, you know, they're not tracking. There's one guy they're not tracking on planet Earth, trust me. So anyway, what's happened
Fish.
since, man? What can you tell us? Part of this channel is to tell people what's actually going on Maui. Is there anything you can share that you've seen since that you think it's important for people to know?
Oh, just a lot of aloha.
Yeah.
Lots of aloha. I've never seen such aloha in my life.
Wow. And you've been here how many years?
Well, I've been here 16 years this time.
This time. How many times before that?
Well, off and on 40 years.
Yeah. So you're seeing an outpouring of aloha.
Larry.
That's awesome, man. That's what I wanted to hear. That's what everybody wants to hear. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your plan now, man? You need a place to stay? I got an
So that's crazy. This guy's right here is directly contradicting what that shitbag sheriff, who was also the incident guy for Las Vegas, who was saying that nobody was directed back towards danger, and maybe that's his discreet way of telling the truth without lying. Maybe people weren't directed back to danger, but they sure the fuck weren't doing anything to get them away from the danger. And in fact, they had people blocking them in. The police were blocking them in. And just remember that earlier video where that dude was trying to ask the guy about the missing children, and the Maui police were shutting him down forcefully. So there's definitely some shenanigans going on here. The authority are clearly not responding properly. They're not doing what they should be doing. Boom, boom, boom. I heard this before. Doot, doot, dat, dat. Crisis actor. So you think this guy's a crisis actor? He doesn't seem like a crisis actor to me. And he's not being interviewed by mainstream media. He's being interviewed by a local dude, a Hawaii real estate. So crisis actors are usually on mainstream news. I've yet to see a crisis actor like situation kind of like this, where it's like just some local person who just happens to be documenting something that happened where they live. One native got out by following behind a truck that knocked over cones to get out, headed south, no one else on the road. See what I'm saying? They trapped people there. It was definitely a sacrifice. So, Lahaina Fire, I mean, I'm not a numerology person, but August 8th, 8/8, Wonder what's up with that. People couldn't get out of their car and run. I think they didn't know. Which is kind of sad. Maybe it could have happened, overtaken them so fast that they didn't know. They thought they could get out and then they couldn't. Like the way this guy just described. And then they ended up being trapped. Many people talked about hearing explosions. I could hear them in some of the recordings people made. Yeah. Let's go back to hashtag Maui.
Charcoal from a barbecue, like being thrown by baseball players. I'm ducking behind walls. I had to kick in the door at Bubba Gum. It was a firestorm.
A firestorm.
There was tornadoes.
So this is the thing.
Of ash.
So why does this mean that it's directed energy weapons?
The size of charcoal from a barbecue, like being thrown by baseball players. I'm ducking behind walls. I had to kick in the door at Bubba Gum's to get out of it because I was getting pounded. And then Bubba Gump started on fire and I'm running down Front Street and the wall, there's like 80 people and the ocean was on fire. Firefighter told me because the first layer of ash causes a seal. And then the next layer of ash was all the embers. So the tide line was on fire and I had to jump through the water and come up through the fire. And 80 people, they were on the wall. Everybody started jumping in. Coast Guard was out there grabbing people. And I was like, no, I'm good. I was born in the water. I'm a Kai. And they're grabbing people and I swam. I knew my phone was only good for like 15 seconds being submerged. Then swam for like a half-mile north. It was like nothing you've ever seen. This was bad that the people in their cars that were dead and from asphyxiation and the fire blew out the car and you just saw the numbers of the dead are so wrong. People.
Absolutely mind-boggling. I have some mind-blowing information to share with you today. Buckle up because this is absolutely mind-boggling. So this morning, I did some serious digging into what's been going down in beautiful Maui. And guys, hold on tight. The local congressman just dropped a bombshell. Brace yourselves for this. Over 1,000 children are missing. I'm talking 1,050 kids gone without a trace. And get this, they have absolutely no clue where these children are. Not a single clue. It's like they vanished into thin air. Can you believe it? Now they're trying to brush it off and blame it on the intensity of the fire. They're saying that because the fire was so hot, they may never find the remains of these children or their parents. But come on, is that really the truth? Are we being played here? I don't want to jump to conspiracy theories or spread misinformation, but something just doesn't add up.
But here we go, jumping
the reports,
to conspiracy theories.
The first-hand accounts, it's deeply disturbing.
It is disturbing.
Now, I'm not here to spread conspiracies or feed you a load of nonsense, but something ain't adding up, my friends. Reports from all over the country, reporters on the ground talking about these missing children. It's alarming.
Where are the children, man? That's what's up. Where are the children?
We can't ignore the fact that these children are unaccounted for. No remains, no parents. It's a haunting mystery. And in the back of our minds, the whispers get louder.
That's
Could the government be involved? Could there be a hidden agenda?
See, this is like trying to lead that maybe they stole the children. I don't know, you know. You could posit that possibly. That's, I mean, somebody somewhere can look into that. I don't know. I think it was more of a sacrifice than them stealing children.
Facts. As a local boy, as somebody who can bring you guys facts, who was in a very selected few that was actually on the ground retrieving bodies. My dad owns a mortuary and he been picking up bodies for 43 years. And so me and my brothers have been doing it our entire lives too. All the bodies that we have retrieved is unrecognizable and cannot be identified. You know, we take them to go get scanned, and you know, they have to do it through DNA. So in order to put these bodies to rest, when they're located, there needs to be GPS coordinates. It's a big puzzle that is very, very complicating, and it takes time to do. So we just have to be patient, because this is going to take a very long time. For the people, you know, everybody has something to say, but I just like you guys know that do what you can do. No worry about what that guy donating, this guy not donating enough, this guy not doing enough. Just worry about what you doing. We're trying to put out fires. We're trying to be solution. We're trying to be positive.
Talks about strong winds and how they're going. But the thing I want first, I want to say that this is very heartbreaking what people went through on Maui. However, I want you to pay attention to this video. It talks about strong winds and how they're going. But the thing I want you to pay attention to is look at this.
Why did it
palm
restart?
Trees and everything. This is not 80 miles per hour. In fact, they show a next point that I've been talking about, how far the hurricane was from them. And you see, they say 75 miles per hour. That's not 75 mile per hour. Okay, now this is in Cabo when the hurricane was near it. This was...
Well, you don't... Okay. Looks like poor journalism to me. Because I watched other eyewitness reports, lots of videos about people talking about seeing that the palm trees were almost laying down flat at some places. That's how windy it was. So clearly that video was taken before it got to the windiest point. I'm not really going to buy that. Look at this.
Don't understand. And only those who disobeyed survived. Do y'all understand?
That's Chicago.
The worst natural disasters on American soil, but also really one of the greatest mysteries. And it needs to get solved, and it needs to get solved now. Take a look at this.
Okay, this is the Hawaii News Now website, and if you look at the date, it is August 22nd. They're talking about the missing people and getting an updated list, but look at this. Look at this. It says, I'll zoom in. The list also includes no identified minors, even though children are among the victims. So of the updated list of 1,054 people, none of them are children. What
the hell is that? So they have a list, an updated list from 2 days ago of 1,054 unidentified or unconfirmed people, and none of them are minors? None of them are children? That makes zero sense. The FBI is compiling the list. Yeah, they're reputable. I just don't understand what is going on. I don't understand what the delay is. I don't understand this is insanity, and it's still not being reported. I just got off the phone with someone that didn't even know Maui. They thought Maui was a city.
Oh God. Okay. Well, whatever, dude. Oh, here we're going to go through more where they tell you everything that didn't burn was blue. Well, you know, we already looked at a bunch of 4K footage, and that's a bunch of nonsense.
Call from Elder. Hey, excuse me. I got a question for you. We got a call from an elderly couple that are in Lahaina Roads. Lahaina Roads is a condo on Front Street that they say they've been stuck there since the fire. And she has dementia. He's 70 years old. They've been like hiding out. They need food and water. Do we know who? Lahaina Roads, correct. Yeah, I have a text message. I have the guy's number. His name is Michael Mercedes.
Are you sure he's in there if he has Alzheimer's?
Well, his wife has got dementia, but he does not. But they're in their 70s. They hid.
Because they cleared the area. So
They're hiding. They're hiding.
Okay, you gotta talk to the FEMA guys.
FEMA guys, do you know who or how I get a hold of them?
They're wearing, you can contact FEMA online, or I would say fastest probably go to the police station. But they're the guys in blue uniforms, and their cars say FEMA on top.
Okay, is there a FEMA centralized place here, or like where they got a tent somewhere?
They didn't tell us that.
They didn't tell you that. Okay, and you guys
Wow.
are local guardsmen?
Yeah.
From Oahu?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your service.
Thank you for your
Okay.
service.
Too funny. They don't know anything.
And warned anybody. Yesterday, I was horrified when the Maui chief of police announced that they had arrested a witness and warned anybody else from showing up and documenting the scene, documenting the evidence.
That's why we can't have you walking down there. And we had to arrest somebody for trespassing. And so if we want to keep doing this and slowing it down, keep doing that. Do a Freedom of Information Act and figure out who that person is. Tell that story. Knock it off.
So we're hearing that they're banning journalists from going and covering what's going on in Maui. I decided to call the Maui police to confirm and to get some more details. Here's the call.
Aloha, you have reached the non-emergency line at the Maui Police Department. Maui Police, how can I help you?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I'm with media, and I was going to go to the scene to report and film and upload, but I'm hearing that people are being arrested for being journalists. Is that true? Or is media forbidden is my question.
Nobody's allowed in the disaster area because they're still working on clearing it and making it safe, and they're still getting the deceased out of there, so they don't want people walking around on the deceased bodies.
Okay. And how big is that zone? Is it just the small region, or is it multiple miles? Just the whole region?
I'm sorry, your phone cut out.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, last question. How big is the region that is banning the press?
Yeah, that I don't have that information. Let me give you a number to call. Okay, you can call the mayor's office. It's area code 808.
So to me, this screams a cover-up. This is one of the most important events in modern American history. And they don't want journalists to be able to document the evidence. And they're using the excuse that there are deceased bodies. I
don't know if that's really an excuse. I think that's true. It's just that they're using it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how. There's probably are lots of dead people. The duty's done. They're gonna let their folks clean it up. The police chief, the coroner. Yeah. Yeah, man. All governmental debts have a public relations spokesperson not allowed to speak to the media. All government departments have a public relations spokesperson not allowed to talk to media. Okay. See, look, more people talking about the stupid blue umbrellas that were on the street. They were right at the end of the street, you guys. People focusing on stupid shit. Why don't you guys, you see, this does say save the children, but a stupid blue, that's a distraction. Archie Kalipa, gatekeeper. At the Native Hawaiian Leaders Press Conference, Archie Kalipa was the only guy saying sail plan, said it twice. He's an actor, surfing legend, public safety expert. He's all over MSM, Mockingbird Media, Guy Ritchie Kalipa is a gatekeeper. He's an actor, surfing legend, and one of them. Really? He said sail plan, the plan of how to navigate through your waters. No dummies. I don't even know who this guy is. Interesting.
That's metal too. Damn.
That's what most of the roofs here are made out of. It's like, I can't believe the firemen aren't here blowing this out.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there's no cell service. There's no internet. Like,
Right, but this fire is huge.
I know. It's
Like,
just jumping everywhere.
I'm sure they know it's here, right?
Look at this.
Like, this is... Oh, fuck.
God damn it. These motorcycles get that clutch. That's alright. Let it burn. Just get out of there.
It took us like 30 minutes to get out of our neighborhood. And usually takes us, you know, turning out of your neighborhood doesn't take long.
Yeah, if you find those videos that was a good video. I watched it. They're talking about their whole experience. That guy documented it. He recorded while they were in the water. It's kind of crazy.
So many people said they could have been. Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. And the reason why...
So many people said they could have been saved if they had time to escape. Had a siren gone off, they would have known that there was a crisis emerging. And as we know, so many bodies were found in the ground as the flames caught their heels.
Give you the answer? The sirens, as I mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis. And that's the reason why many of them are found, almost all of them are found on the coastline. The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event that the siren is sounded. Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone Malka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire. By the way, I should also note that there are no sirens Malka, or on the mountainside, where the fire was spreading down. So even if we sounded the siren, it would not have saved those people on the mountainside.
I think that's bullshit.
According
I mean, do you guys see how far the mountain is from Lahaina? It's like right fucking there. I can hear sirens all the way in Blacksburg over the hill. So that's a bullshit story.
First I take the protector. This is a rear projection television, and I loaded it up and took it to my garage, and I have to get the screen off. First I take the protector off, and I get to the several layers that are the screen. The innermost layer, which is this clear plastic sheet, is the lens. It's a Fresnel lens with little lines in it that bend light. Once I separate that out, I put it in a wood frame, and I had to nail it in there very securely. At that point, it was ready for action out in the sunlight, which it bends down to a point and owns this rock. This viewer asked me where I got this big lens. I wanted to see if I could melt this penny just with solar power, so I put it under this monster lens, which bends sunlight to a pinpoint. I got the focal point right on the penny, and it quickly began to melt. It takes about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit to do this, and when I took the sunlight off the penny, it was basically a glob of melted copper. Concentrated sunlight through this big lens under this metal pan to see what would happen. The intense light quickly started shining through the metal, but it did more than that.
Where's the part where it
actually
talks about
melted
blue
a
stuff?
hole in it. Hey dude, leave comments and let me know if there's anything else you want me to put under this monster lens.
Remember all the melted aluminum and other things are intact? Remember, aluminum melts at 2,000 degrees, and asphalt melts at 350. Do you have any mysticism or alchemy books, Hermeticism, just like this Hermetic Tarot? You're going to notice some of the depictions, especially the ones where it has a sun, it's going to show reflections. They're using some sort of reflective surfaces. It could be like mirrors, pools of water, or mirrors. Good example. I mean, that's pretty direct. Sun reflecting off of something and then burning the ships. You know that lighthouses have mercury in the base? The use of reflective surfaces to alter the elements is nothing new.
What the fuck is this bitch talking about? Jesus Christ, what the fuck are you people talking about? What the fuck, dude? What is this shit?
I just want to show them that that's ridiculous, and it doesn't work. So you see that red dot right there? That's where the laser beam's going to shoot, and it's not going to do anything. See? It's an idiot. The safety's on.
Hey, did you see the laser beam? Did you see it? Did you see the laser? I didn't see the laser. Did you see the laser? I don't see the laser. Just saying. If it was a Dewey, you wouldn't see it. That's what I'm saying. And so I was trying to, I thought there was supposed to be some explanation about the blue tarp or blue, something, but there was nothing. It was just that, what was that lady mumbling about? Just going on. It just made no sense. Let's see.
Of Maui and specifically.
I just like to find the citizen journalist, I want to find the people who live there and see what the citizen journalists are saying about stuff.
Okay, I want to show you guys a video. In fact, I want to show you guys 2 videos, and I want to compare and contrast. And these are important videos because they're about the needs of the community of Maui and specifically Lahaina. Sorry. Watch these videos and let's just talk about it real quick.
There was a volunteer, Jamie, who's a teacher in real life, said, what we really need is fresh underwear in all the sizes. And I couldn't find enough in all sizes shopping, so I called the Hanes Company. And when I called them back, they said, yes, we're so happy to ship to you 2.5 million units. I said, whoa.
I just want to make a PSA of what we need right now, ASAP, within the next 48 to 72 hours, even sooner if possible. We need air purifiers here for all the residents that are living in Lahaina Luna. We need them ASAP, those household purifiers that they can put in their rooms. There's a lot of people getting sick right now, and you might be asking, why are they even living up there? Well, a lot of them, they need to defend their home and be there physically to protect their home and what they have left. So all those people living up there, including my grandparents, my uncles, my cousins that live up on the street here, people are getting sick. We need air purifiers for their homes. And also, if possible, we set up all these crosses in honor of those who we lost. If we can get some solar lights or someone to help us get lights for these at nighttime. Aloha.
All right, so the first one obviously is Oprah, who's behind a lot gate, a 1,000-acre ranch and a farm, kind of smiling, no passion, talking about needing underwear. We don't need underwear. And then you heard Blake, a leader in the community. He's up in Lahaina Luna as he's putting up crosses for the people that are missing, that are dead. He's also saving canoes out in the ocean. And while single-handedly, or not single-handedly, but bringing his community together to help. It's young men like this that I just love. I'm so happy that he is on the front lines of this. And he's a guy that you need to follow, you need to trust. And if you guys want something, donate.
Nah.
What I went through with a girlfriend on Kauai when I was living on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. I worked as a server, cook, server, cashier. I was like multiple things at this job. At the Moloa Sunrise Juice Bar in Moloa, Kauai, which is near Anahola. The boss who hired me there, who owns that restaurant, the Juice Bar, is Jeff. Can't think of his last name right now, but I bet I could find it. Anyway, he owns
5 minutes.
Moloa.
I don't know if I can listen to that shit.
That has been devastated and ensuring that that stays with local people.
Yes, so I appreciate that. That's very important to us. So I've actually reached out to our Attorney General to explore options to do a moratorium on any sales of properties that have been damaged or destroyed. Moreover, I would caution people that it's going to be a very long time before any growth or housing can be built. And so you will be pretty poorly informed if you try to steal land from our people and then build here.
Supposedly. Well, we'll see. We'll see after all the stuff dies down and people stop looking at Maui. Bricks. What's this?
Digitalized curving.
In the US or Canada, y'all need to wake up. You have no idea what's happening right now in the world. You guys are all so caught up with the wildfires that are happening in Canada, but that's not even the biggest news that's happening right now. Tomorrow is BRICS Summit Day 1. BRICS is a new digitalized currency that's going to change the way that economics and trades work, and it constitutes of 5 countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These 5 countries are currently stating a new currency that's going to be backed by gold. And the conversion rate of this currency to US dollars is 1 to 55. Do you know what that means? For us, 55. Things are going to skyrocket in price. Inflation is going to become the worst it's ever been in centuries, as if it's not already bad enough now. Imagine trying to spend $20 there, equivalent to $1,100. That's basically an entire paycheck. And if you're in Canada, it's even worse. It means you guys need to take your money out of bank accounts because it's depreciating in value, and you need to start putting into investments such as crypto, properties, commodities such as gold, especially gold, because gold is actually backed by the BRICS currency. And you need to start putting it into investments and assets that will start making you money.
She ain't wrong. I mean, that is a thing. On the off-gassing, what'd you say? BRICS is backed by gold. U.S. petrol fiat dollar is getting ready to go to garbage. Over half of the world's population will now be using BRICS. When they burned Paradise, California, 90% of the people are still unaccounted for. Really? Why is Hawaii coming up when I'm searching Paradise? Paradise, California. Tone is home to about 9,200 people, down from 27,000 before the fire. Is that true about people still missing from the Paradise Fire? Here's a list of the people who are still missing following the campfire. As of Wednesday morning, the sheriff was seeking information on 104 people missing for nearly a week following the wildfire. Numbers released Monday suggest that 228 people were unaccounted for after the fire, so it appears that list may not be complete. Below is a working list as of Wednesday morning. Updates will be posted by Butte County Sheriff website. Okay, well, that's not thousands of people. List of missing in campfire down to 1. As of August 2nd, 2019. Only 1 person remains listed as missing from the deadliest wildfire in California history after deputies located an Oroville woman. The Butte County Sheriff's Office said Friday that 47-year-old Wendy Carroll was aware she was considered missing but never contacted authorities because of possible legal issues. Only 1 person left unaccounted for from the 2018 campfire is Sarah Martinez Fabila, although it's uncertain if she was in the area at the time of the fire. A list of missing went well over 1,000 following the November 8th fire, heightening fears of hundreds dead from the last moving fire that decimated Paradise. The fire killed 85 people. November 8th, huh? Wasn't this one August 8th? So, no, there aren't thousands of people missing from the Paradise Fire still, from what I can see. Thank you for your contribution. It's true, but you won't find it. They buried the real numbers. Okay. Well, do you have something that you can show me? So here, it looks like it, let's see, more than 1,000 people. And actually, look in the original URL, it says 600. More than 600 people. So they even had to update it to increase the number. More than 1,000 people listed as missing in California's deadliest fire. Oh, look at that. Not a blue roof. And this one, everybody loves to say, like, it is decidedly that, that Paradise, California was a dude energy attack. But this house does not have a blue roof. So, I'm just trying to point out the nonsense, that's all. I just point out the nonsense because I feel like it distracts from focusing on the points that actually could probably lead to some sort of uncovering some sort of answer. Oh, this is going to make me pay. I'm not doing that. $200 residents still missing. Okay. Well, I don't see anything that supports that. Also, they're not landlocked. FEMA and Red Cross staying in high-end resorts and not offering aid to anyone. Yes, we talked about that. Up in Smoke Part 2. What was Part 1? Why were 50mm guns mounted on fire trucks at I don't know. Was that happening? I don't remember hearing anything about that. Anything about 50mm. I don't know about you, but when the house burns completely, we find the stove, the sinks, the toilets, Paradise none, the aluminum wheels poured down the street. I wonder if there's drone footage of Paradise like they have of Lahaina. Boy, Paradise fires, you don't really see much. So this one right here is one of them, right? This picture is kind of weird. Is there more like this? This one's weird because the trees all around are intact and just the neighborhood burned and not even all of it. It's kind of weird. I mean, it is weird. Wow. I mean, I don't know. It's not that detailed. Can see. Yeah, that's crazy. Huh. These people had no backyard? Like, what is this? Is this like a trailer park? It's like a trailer park, right? Because there's no yard. It looks like trailers. Is that what that was? Yeah. That's why they eliminated the phrase forest fire. They called it, they were like, did you notice when I was doing searches though that it was coming up like campfire? Did they call it a campfire? 'Cause campfire, wildfire, campfire 2018. So they call it campfire. Weird. Hmm. It was the campfire. No, ours was the car fire. Hmm. Well, here you go, Zulu. Here's some stoves. Hmm. So how do you find pictures from that fire? Let's see. Images. What a mess. Let me ask you this. Does a trailer, like if a mobile home gets burnt, does it burn differently than a traditionally built home? Does it burn different? I don't know why I thought of that question, but I'm just curious. On a hollow tree can burn inside out. No air to burn without it having a path to get inside. Conifers are made for fire, so it's not as simple as people think. Yeah, they got that really flammable sap. Just look like after Klingon attack in human settlements. No. Most conifers here won't reproduce without fire. I remember when the Tahoe fire happened and all those conifers burned up, and that forest grew back very quickly. Very quickly. Are there any images? No. Just that one. I'm trying to find pictures. You can hardly find them anymore. I mean, looks like they got some remnants of something left there as far as the appliances go. Here. I don't know. Trying to find a toilet. Is this a bathroom? This looks like a small bathroom footprint. Could that be a toilet? I don't know why. I'm just trying to see if you're right that there's no, that they're not finding, that there's nothing left. I'm just looking. This looks like it could be maybe a bathroom. Wow. Really, though, everything is dust. Look at that. Yeah, that's pretty well burnt to the ground. Hmm. Everyone we ever had was fatal. No time to get out. Mobile home death trap. Oh, really? Mobile homes are death traps. Air underneath. Fire spreads faster than a wood frame structure. Ah, see? I don't know what made me think that they would burn faster, but that's... Mobile homes extremely flammable, most explosive, burned to the ground in less than a few minutes. Holy shit. Yes, there's a lot of formaldehyde in trailer manufacturing. Everyone we ever had was fatal. Oh shit. I'm old school trailer trash. Hey man, I ain't knocking anybody for living in it, but to know how much faster they burn and like it's not, that's scary. Can't believe we're wondering if Archon. Well, of course. Look, I'm not saying they don't. I just think people focus on things that are drawing attention from how they're really doing it, i.e. dues. Not that I'm saying they don't ever use it, but you guys can't just get so quote unquote laser focused, pun intended. No candles, just saying, right? That's scary. That I didn't even think about the fire underneath or the air underneath making it fanning that fire more. That's a scary thought, man. Now I may never ever live in one of those things where before I had even considered doing it temporarily under certain circumstances, but that makes me like not ever want to be in one ever. How scary. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the movie Backdraft. Oh, for sure, they don't need dues. Right, exactly. They don't. They don't. They don't need it. And clearly they're using the police and stuff to trap people, and then what do they say after? Oh, it was miscommunication, we didn't know, our bad. Right? It's easy for them to shirk responsibility. They can say, oh, well, in the all the excitement, and we didn't know what was going on. And mobile homes are affordable housing. I hear you. That's scary though. I look at Rockfin every once in a while. I'll look at the Rybert. Yeah. Paradise Fire was called the Campfire, yeah. Mobile homes are quickly lost due to synthetic materials in the space under the steel ladder frame. I don't believe mobile homes burn fast enough for people to have a chance to get out. Paradise is on Finger Mesa with steep ravines and cliffs surrounding the community. Yeah, dude. Oh, I lost my search. I lost my search. From listener. Oh, I'm gonna call the hotel right after this. Oh, it's 12:30. Okay. Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Backdraft explanation in the movie was spot on. Plot of movie was fake. How smoke is unburnt fuel. Tell the families of the people dead in every trailer fire we've had, and I'm the only firefighter 13 years. And I'm only a firefighter 13 years. Actually, you know what? Oh, that made me think of something. Yeah, Paradise was built in a trap, basically. There was only two ways in that town. You know what? That's like the same with Lahaina. That's the same with Lahaina. They didn't have very many ways in or out. Yeah. Yeah. I played that where he talks about it. Where he talked about it's that one YouTube channel, he's got all those videos. It's Hawaii Real Estate. Right? This guy, Hawaii Real Estate. He's been documenting this stuff, and he's got interviews with that guy. Yeah. Unexpected interview with Fish. We played it. And he told the whole story about the cops trapping people. Looks like here's another, here, I'll put the link in the chat. I'm not gonna play all of it. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna shut my stream down, and I'm gonna go on about my day and do some more work on my event. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm glad you all decided to hang out with me today. And I'm glad we had this discussion. Too many Islanders are waking up. Yeah, great. Thanks for yeah. Only folks who lived went around Roblox, which is crazy, right? All the people who were like, fuck you, I do what I want. I do what I want. That just goes to show you, man, those people in authority don't always know what they're talking about. You know? I think it's a thing, we need to start wondering what happened. Well, where's the gross negligence at? Why were they trapping people there? What happened to the children? This series of unfortunate events that led to this. I mean, there's way more questions to be asked, and rather than we joking about the stupid blue umbrellas and the blue roofs that nobody fucking has. Nobody fucking has blue roofs. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I didn't really call it a coffee talk, but whatever. Anyways, I hope you all will join us in Las Vegas for Flattoberfest 2023, October 21st and 22nd. It is happening. We're gonna have a party. Don't believe the hype, okay? Don't fall for the lockdowns are coming. Do not comply. Tell everybody else don't comply. Most people are pretty well over that shit. Like, where was this one woman? Like, let me see if I could find her. I wanted to play this one video. This woman was cracking me up. Was it this one? No. Let me see if I can find it really quick before we go, because it was funny. Aaron, I think Aaron shared it. Let's end it on a funny note. Oh, come on. Where is she? Damn, you tweet a lot, woman. Oh, come on. Oof. I can't find it. That's killing me. Dude, it was cracking me up and I want to play it. It's killing me. Oh man, am I not going to be able to do it? I thought she shared it. I was sure she shared it. I'm going to cry because I can't find it. And it was making me laugh and I wanted to play it so that you guys could laugh too. And now I feel bad because I can't find it and now I'm just torturing everybody. Oh well, I guess I'll just give up. Always some asshole ready to claim snake water. Dude, Stu Peters is an idiot. Can we all just agree? I mean, I'm like that he's willing to talk about flat earth. Like I get that, right? But oh man, he wants to talk about all the dumbest shit even more than flat earth. Like, why don't you just stick to flat earth if you want? Here it is. Yay.
Going on.
This is funny.
They got all of us fucked up.
Hold on, if I can get it to where I could play it right. Here we go.
Oh, they got all of us fucked all the way on up is what's going on. We don't give a fuck about no new COVID strain, United States government. We don't give a fuck. Biden, you ass still got to get the fuck on out. You still got to pack your bags and get the fuck out. If I got to come to the White House and move you out myself, you still got to get the fuck on out. Point blank, period. We don't give a fuck about no new COVID strain. I was just thinking the other day, I hadn't heard Nathan about COVID. And then boom, here come a new motherfucking COVID strain. We know that this shit is for the elections. We already know. We not dumb no more. Thank you, TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram for allowing us to get up here and find out the truth amongst one another. Cause you still gonna get the fuck out Biden. Oh, they got all of us fucked all the way on up is what's going on.
Oh, so anyway, I thought that was funny. So don't, everybody's too smart. I don't think it'll pop off like they did before. Everybody's spreading the fear porn. Don't believe the fear porn. Don't believe the hype. But believe that we are going to have a good time in Las Vegas. It's going on, and we're going to have the best time ever. It's going to be amazing. So I hope to see you all there. And I think that's it. And on that note, I'll see y'all later. Tomorrow for anti-religious scripture study, and Monday for coffee talk. All right, y'all. Peace.